and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you're joining me again. Today we will be talking vases. These ideas come to mind in the middle of the night. I was thinking of like a clear vase. How can I change the color? Because I go to Goodwill and thrift stores all the time and I see these clear vases and I'm like, that's so old school. I don't like clear vases. And that's just my personal opinion. So these vases here that you see in the background, yes, I worked on those and it came to mind, put some color to it. And so I started working on this. I have this journey that I started working on these vases, picking up vases from everywhere, right? So I went to Goodwill, picked this up. I love the unique shape of it. I like to look for odd looking items, and this has one solid texture, but I would love to come back and do like a dual texture on a vase. But for the sake of today's video, we're gonna do two colors, one texture of course, but it's very simple, very easy. So head out to your local thrift store, Goodwill, anywhere. You can even go to your mama's house and pick up some vases because I know she has some at home, okay? So go grab your vase and come join me. Okay guys, I'm back. So you need painter's tape to get started. And what I'm gonna do, because like I said, I'm gonna give this two different colors. So you take the painter's tape. Oh, and also I washed the bowl, the vase, took the sticker off at the bottom, washed it really good in hot soapy water because you don't want any smears or anything once you apply your your paint. So I'm gonna start right about maybe here. Now go up a little bit. Start about there. And I'm just gonna take the tape around. Now this part is sort of tricky because you wanna make sure, say for example, if you start in 3 inches from the bottom or 2 inches from the bottom, you want it to remain that way throughout the wrapping of the vase. And since my fingerprints are on the vase, I would also make sure once I'm finished with it that I would go back and clean the vase up from residue from the tape, fingerprints, and different dust particles that it may have picked up during the process. And you want to make sure everything is laid out even. Another way of testing it out is when you loop back around the bowl, the vase. I keep calling it a bowl. When you loop back around the vase, if they're lining up perfectly. Oh, close. If it lines up perfectly, then you know you're off to a good start. Okay, rip the tape there. Okay guys, so now that the tape is on the vase, it's covering the vase, and I did it as even as possible. I eyeballed it, right? So now that the tape is on here, you want to make sure it's smooth and that it's actually touching the surface of the vase. So when you spray, you won't get any paint seeping through the cracks of it. So I always rub my finger through to make sure it's pressed up against the vase like it should be. And we're gonna start off with painting the base of the vase first. It's very simple, very easy. You guys are gonna enjoy this project. Okay. All right, so I smoothed it out and let's get started. So I just grabbed some tissue paper left over from the holidays, and I've used this before, so you would see Scotch tape at the bottom of it. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, that could have been my secret. I didn't have to share it because you didn't even see it. Okay, so anyway, so I would take this and I would tape it or attach it somewhere within the lines of that tape, of the painter's tape, and just continue to wrap it around. And this is gonna serve as a barrier, a protection from when you actually start spraying your vase, because you don't want to get an overspray on your vase. So this is just going to serve as a protector. So I'm just going to take this tape, attach it here. I make sure all the edges are sealed with tape in some form or another. Hope you guys can see that. And it's just about complete. Okay. So there, it's attached. And as you can see, as I turn it, it's attached, it's attached, it's attached. Because right now we're just gonna focus on the base of the vase. And I'll just go ahead, for added protection, I'll stick some more paper in there. So we're gonna take this to the garage. And we're gonna turn it upside down and we're gonna spray. This is the base. It looks sort of wobbly because of the unique shape of it, but this is gonna turn out so beautiful. So come join me in the garage. Okay guys, I'm back. So what we have here are the two sprays, the two colors that I'm gonna use. This one is an almond color by Krylon, and this one is a gold color by Rust-Oleum. And this has the a shiny metallic finish, so that's gonna be really cute, right? So remember I told you guys to make sure you wipe it off so you don't have any fingerprints or sticky tape or residue, any type of residue. And what I like to do is just grab a terry cloth rag and just wipe it. Make sure you grab a clean rag. This is clean, but it doesn't look clean, but it actually is clean. Okay, so I want to do my base, the almond color. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the base of it. Babe, I need help. Babe, I got it. I have to call my husband to do all the heavy work. Okay, so here it is. I'm about to spray the almond color on the base. Right? Okay. And you want to make sure you get even coats and try not to overspray it. I should have my mask on. And actually, I am going to grab my mask. Okay, now that I have my mask, I can continue with the spray. I'm in the garage, and you want to make sure you use a well-ventilated area so you're not inhaling the fumes. So I just turn it to make sure I get I'm covering all the surfaces on the base. And it looks like I covered all of the surfaces with the exception of the top. Covered that. And as I lift the vase, I can see right around the edges here. I can't really see it in the camera, but if I don't place this in the camera and I'm just eyeballing it myself, I can see an area or two where I missed. So I'm going to spray that. Having good natural light is very important when you're doing these type of jobs. That way you can see any imperfections that you may have before your paint settle in and dry. And in case you do have an overspray, while it's wet, it's good to grab that rag, wipe it off, and spray it again. All right, so we're back, and I let this dry for about maybe 15 to 30 minutes, and it's completely dry. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the tissue paper. Actually, what I need to do is cover the bottom half with the same tape and tissue paper. So I'm just gonna go around that. It's like a little skirt. So now we have the bottom portion covered. And remember, we have to tuck the tape in really good to make sure it's touching all surfaces. But in this case, it may work a little different because I'm actually just spraying the inside versus the outside this time. It's gonna be really cute. All right, so let's get started. And as I'm spraying, I'm getting the rim as well. And it's okay if you get some on the outside because you're not gonna really notice it. Now I'm just gonna spray the inside. This time I sort of focus on the rim, but I need to get a little deeper in there. Okay, because I don't want any overspray, I'm just gonna let this sit for a while. And this is how it's looking so far. Gorgeous. So now the paint is dry on the inside. I let it sit for maybe a little longer than 30 minutes. And I actually came back with the second coat of spray. So now let's see what we have. Okay, remove the tissue paper. Now you have your clean lines. Now you can see how the lines all come together. I love it. We're gonna display it in the house, maybe put some greenery in it to see how it looks. And make sure you guys like, comment, tell me what you guys think. And also I'm gonna show you guys some other vases that I worked on. I'm so proud, I'm so happy about this project though. Please like, subscribe, and share, comment, tell me if you guys worked on one and any ideas or pointers you can help me out with, because actually, although this isn't my very first one, this is my first one I'm doing and sharing with you guys. The other ones were just a test run. So tell me what you think. Thanks.